In 2017, thousands of people paid up to $12,000 for tickets to the most luxurious music festival in the world. Private island in the Bahamas, supermodel hosts, celebrity chefs, villas on the beach. They arrived to find on disaster relief tents and a cheese sandwich in a styrofoam box. This is the story of Fyre Festival, the greatest party that never happened, and the man who somehow tried to do it again. To understand Fyre Festival, you have to understand Billy McFarland. McFarland was 25 years old in 2016. He had already founded 2 companies. Both had failed. But Billy McFarland had something more valuable than experience. He had confidence. The kind of confidence that makes people hand you money before you've done anything to deserve it. He had an idea for an app called Fyre, a platform for booking musical talent. To promote the app, he decided to throw a party. Not just any party. The greatest music festival in history, on a private island in the Bahamas. The island he chose had a history. McFarland told investors and the press that it was Pablo Escobar's private island. This was not true. It was just an island. But Pablo Escobar's private island sounds better than a regular island, and McFarland understood this completely. He partnered with rapper J. Rule, who remains perhaps the most confused person in this entire story, and began building the vision. The promotional campaign they launched in December 2016 was genuinely genius. They hired the biggest supermodels in the world. Kendall Jenner, Bella Hadid, Emily Ratajkowski. Paid them to post a single orange square on Instagram simultaneously. No explanation. Just an orange square. The internet went insane trying to figure out what it meant. Then they released the promotional video. Crystal blue water, white sand, supermodels running on beaches, private planes, yachts, music, dancing, luxury. It looked like the best weekend of anyone's life. Tickets sold instantly. Up to $12,000 for a VIP package. Thousands of people bought them. There was just one small problem. McFarland had booked the festival for April 2017. He made the promotional video in December 2016. That gave him 4 months to build a luxury music festival from scratch on a remote island in the Bahamas that had no infrastructure whatsoever. 4 months. For context, Coachella takes a full year to organize, and they've been doing it since 1999, but Billy McFarland was not worried. Billy McFarland was never worried. This was either admirable or insane. It was insane. Okay. So here's where it gets good, or bad. Very, very bad. Behind the scenes, the team working on Fyre Festival were sending McFarland increasingly panicked messages. One employee sent him a spreadsheet showing they needed $50 million to pull this off. They had $1.5 million. McFarland's response: "We're just going to have to fakal it and be legends." I want you to remember that quote for the rest of this video. The reality behind the scenes was chaos. From the very beginning, the island had no running water, no electricity grid, no stages, no accommodation, no catering facilities, no medical services. Everything had to be built from nothing. In 4 months, local workers in the Bahamas were hired, and many of them were never paid. The luxury villas promised to attendees didn't exist. Someone had a solution. FEMA disaster tents. Hundreds of white FEMA tents were ordered and set up on the beach. These are the tents used after hurricanes to house displaced people. This was the luxury accommodation. The gourmet meals prepared by celebrity chefs. The catering company pulled out. A replacement was found at the last minute. The replacement could provide bread, cheese, salad in a styrofoam container. The musical acts, Blink-182, Migos, Disclosure, Pusha T, were looking at the logistics and quietly pulling out one by one. By the week of the festival, the organizers knew it was a disaster. They discussed postponing. McFarland said no. People had paid. They were coming. The show would go on. On April 27, 2017, the first wave of festival goers boarded planes to the Bahamas. They were excited. They had paid thousands of dollars. They had shown their friends the promotional video. They landed. They were directed to a field, and they saw the tents. What happened next was documented in real time on social media. Thousands of people simultaneously realized they had been scammed and simultaneously posted about it. Photos of the cheese sandwiches went viral. Within hours, videos of people fighting over luggage in the dark spread across Twitter. The hashtag FireFraud was trending globally before the sun went down. Blink-182 posted a statement canceling their appearance. Most of the remaining acts followed. There was no security force to handle the crowds. The one bar on site quickly ran out of alcohol. People who had paid $12,000 for VIP packages were sleeping on the floor of a tent with strangers. One attendee described looking up at a Bahamian night sky full of stars, beautiful, genuinely beautiful, while lying on a deflating air mattress, next to someone she had never met. At least the stars were real. McFarland was on the island. He watched all of this happen, and then he disappeared. He flew back to New York, left everyone behind. Ja Rule stayed. To his credit, Ja Rule genuinely tried to manage the situation on the ground, which tells you something about the character of both men. The Bahamian government eventually had to step in to help transport stranded attendees back to the mainland. It took days. Some people never got their luggage back. Okay, so you'd think that's where the story ends. Man throws terrible festival, man goes to prison. The end. But this is where it gets truly unbelievable. Because Billy McFarland, convicted fraudster, man who left thousands of people stranded on an island, announced Fyre Festival 2 in 2025, and people bought tickets. I need you to stay with me for this part. In June 2017, federal agents arrested McFarland in his Manhattan apartment. He was charged with wire fraud. In March 2018, he pleaded guilty. In October 2018, he was sentenced to 6 years in federal prison and ordered to repay $26 million to defrauded investors. He served 4 years and was released in March 2022. He still owed the $26 million. 3 months after his release, he announced Fyre Festival 2 on Twitter with complete sincerity. Fyre Festival 2 is finally happening. He put pre-sale tickets on sale. He didn't announce a location. He didn't announce a date. He didn't announce any artists, just tickets for sale. Now, people bought them. In February 2025, McFarland appeared on NBC's Today Show. My dream is finally becoming a reality, he said. He announced a location, Mexico. He announced dates, May 30th to June 2nd, 2025. He promised it would be different this time. Red flags appeared immediately. The venue in Mexico had no confirmed booking. Artists weren't confirmed. The infrastructure wasn't in place. Sound familiar? In May 2025, McFarland announced he was selling the Fyre brand entirely. Quote, Fyre is one of the most powerful attention engines in the world. Yes, it is. Unfortunately, the attention it generates is mostly people saying, please don't do this again. Fyre Festival 2 did not happen. The $26 million in restitution remains unpaid. McFarland is 33 years old. He is, by all accounts, already planning something else. Okay, here's my honest take on Billy McFarland. And I've thought about this. I don't think he's evil. I think he's something more dangerous. He genuinely believes his own hype. Every time, he convinced himself the festival would work. When it didn't, he convinced himself prison was just a setback. When he got out, he convinced himself Fyre 2 would work. When that didn't happen, he convinced himself selling the brand was genius. There's a word for this. It's called a confidence man. Not confident, confidence man. Someone who is so confident in their own vision that they make you confident in it too, even when there is absolutely no reason to be. The real victims here aren't the people who paid $12,000 for a festival. They lost money. They had a bad weekend. They got a great story. The real victims are the workers in the Bahamas who built that festival for weeks and were never paid. They don't get to go viral. They don't get a Netflix documentary. They just didn't get paid. That's the part of the story that I think deserves more attention. What do you think? Drop it in the comments. Fyre Festival lasted approximately 6 hours before it collapsed. It generated 2 Netflix documentaries, a Hulu documentary, dozens of lawsuits, 6 years in federal prison, and one of the most recognizable cheese sandwiches in internet history. Billy McFarland is free. The $26 million is unpaid. The workers in the Bahamas are still waiting. And somewhere out there, McFarland is probably already planning something new. The file on Fyre Festival is closed. The file on Billy McFarland definitely is not.